It's kind of freezing out here. Anyway, my name is Christian Aldo, and welcome to the Plastic General. In today's episode, I'm going to be traveling along with the Canadian Infantry as we enter Germany, and we're going to be going into a city called Bremen. And it looks to me like the Germans are getting ready to surrender, so if everything goes our way, we'll all be home by Christmas. Sound exciting? Let's go to war! Fire! Welcome back to this very special Christmas episode of the Plastic General. And before we get started, I want to do a shout out to our sponsor, 3D Printer Chick, fine producer of World War II 132 scale 3D printed tanks. Look at this amazing Archer tank, and it is by 3D Printer Chick. She is a creator and a seller on eBay. So just look up 132 scale Archer tank and she'll come up as a seller. And what you do is you go to her list of things she has for sale, and there's literally hundreds of World War II vehicles and tanks and everything you can imagine done in 3D printing. And here's a nice idea of the scale. It's a fine vehicle. Look at this one. We have the Valentine tank. The turret's movable. It's got great details. You paint them up and they look great. So there you have it. 3D Printer Chick, seller on eBay. And today's episode is also brought to you by Rick's World of Toys. Now, Rick specializes in Britain's detail, but custom Britain's detail. Look at those really cool poses that he did for us. Those do not exist, and they never existed, but that's what Rick does. He specializes in Britain's detail, AIRFIX and Matchbox, and he does fantastic conversions. And we got some amazing German conversions that he can do up for you. So that's Rick's World of Toys on Facebook. Okay, so I'm here along with the Canadian Infantry, and we're just on the outskirts of Bremen, and no one can really see any defenses in there yet, so it looks like things are going to be okay. And like I said, one of my friends, he has his grandmother is in Bremen, and he gave me her number to look her up. Her name is Eva Janowski, and there's an address here, and so I'm hoping that if everything goes smoothly, I'll be over at her place for maybe like a pre-Christmas dinner. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, I'm coming, yeah. So the first set of toy soldiers we're going to review today is going to be a set of late war British or / Canadian soldiers by Weston out of England. So the first two poses are standing aiming a Lee Enfield rifle and kneeling aiming a Lee Enfield rifle. And they're both wearing the usual Brody helmets with helmet covers. And they definitely are wearing more late war variety of uniform. Poses 3 and 4. He's firing a Thompson. Pose number 3 is firing a Thompson from waist. And pose number 4 is firing a Sten gun from waist. And he's got a helmet cover. Looks like he's wearing a Mark III helmet like I was wearing, with lots of camo dangling from it. Otherwise called the turtle shell helmet. They're cool figures. They're done. They lean more towards the 1/30th scale, more like Conti and Plastic Platoon. So they're compatible with also with Toy Soldiers of San Diego. And poses 5 and 6. We have a figure here with a Lee Enfield rifle throwing a grenade kneeling, and a prone figure firing a Bren gun. And that's it. It just was a 6 pose set by Weston, and but it was badly needed. There were no there had been no British figures made in decades, so they swung in and filled that niche. So here they are, the 132/130th scale British late war British infantry, or they could be used as Canadians, by Weston. This is a doozy, and many of you out there may know what this is. It's a very valuable and old tank. This was made by AIRFIX, and it's a solid toy. It came in about 6 parts. You just put it together, and it's a plastic tank. They never reissued the Cromwell. This is the Cromwell, the only company that ever did a 132 scale Cromwell. And there are no opening hatches or anything, so you just got to place your figures around them. So the Cromwell was the British answer to some of the more advanced German tanks, but it still was a mediocre tank. The gun was still of a mediocre caliber, and still the turret wasn't that great. But this thing came out in about 1971, and it's very rare. They never reissued it. I guess they lost the mold for it. And but you can still find them if you look. You're looking at about $100, maybe more. If it's in the box, you'll probably get it for about $150. But they're nice. You paint them up, and they are late war, mid to late war, and they're great tanks. So this one is by AIRFIX. It's 132, and it's a Cromwell. And the last piece of British armor that we're going to feature today is the answer to the Cromwell tank. And this is by 3D Printer Chick. And she's a seller on eBay. She creates all her own tanks, and she does everything in World War II. All you have to do is request what scale. And this is a 132 Comet. Late war British Comet. So, it's got a movable turret. It's got great details. See? It doesn't have opening hatches, but what are you going to do? You can't have everything. But let me tell you a little bit about the Cromwell. About the Comet. The Comet is the Cromwell. They just basically took the turret off of the basic body and replaced it. So there you go. So if this was the old Cromwell, they just upgraded the turret. So they made the turret bigger, and they put in that amazing 17-pounder gun that could take out a heavy German tank. And now they had something that was more on an even footing with the Germans. The problem with the Comet, though, was a problem of too little, too late. It's like, it's the war ended, and a few of them, certain X amount saw service, but it's still a really cool tank. And it rode off into the Cold War after World War II. So there you have it. 3D Printer Chick, 132 Comet tank. You can get it on eBay. And there it is for scale. Ooh, it's getting cold out here. So let's get moving. The set we're going to feature today was released by Toy Soldiers of San Diego, and this is late war elite German infantry. And here we are for the first three poses. This guy's kneeling, firing a MP40 Schmeiser. This guy is a sniper wearing a Zeltband, like a waterproof tent as a poncho, and he's firing a Mauser with a sniper scope. And this figure is wearing a camouflage smock, and he's firing a STG-44 assault rifle. Now, these are all late war figures. You can tell by the ragtag sort of variety of things that they're wearing, helmet covers, etc. And they're really nice figures. They're also a little like, you know, the trend in our hobby. It's either strictly 1/32 scale or a little bit bigger, which is 1/30th. This is the latter. Poses 3, 4, and 5. So we have a machine gun team, and this middle figure is firing a MG42, and this figure here is his partner, which is his loader, and you have a box, an ammo box down here. And this figure here is firing a Panzer Faust, which I scored a real Panzer Faust, and it'll be featured later on in this episode. Very dangerous. Hasn't been disarmed. And yeah, look at that. Now, there were 8 poses that came out in this set, but the other 2 poses that I'm not going to review today were two SS cavalry figures on horses. So I'm going to save that for another time when I review World War II cavalry sets, German versus Soviet cavalry sets. But that's another story. But they did come out with, it was a 4-pose set, and but 2 of those guys are wearing greatcoats, so I'd rather include those with the other greatcoat set. That was but these were the 2 sort of like mixed late war infantry. So you have a commander here holding an STG-44 and binoculars with a helmet cover. He's probably wearing a camel smock, and you have this figure here wearing the reversible jacket like I have here. Look at me, real reversible jacket. I can make this a white jacket, or that's called the splinter pattern, and that's what he's wearing here. And he's throwing a potato masher while holding a Mauser. Boy, oh boy, they're gonna defend Bremen. Now these figures are extremely easy to glue together, and so the Plastic General went crazy. I went totally insane, and I made 8 more converted poses. I'm going to show them to you right now. These 3 figures made by the Plastic General. You have a guy here standing, firing a Schmeiser, wearing a camo top. You have this guy doing, I wish someone would come up with a set just like this, where the SS figures would wear their smocks over top of their greatcoats. So I put that together. He has his greatcoat and he has a smock over top. And then this guy's wearing a Zeltband, kneeling and taking sharp aim at whoever he's going to shoot. There they are. You can make them too. And soon I'm going to be doing a new special side project called the Plastic General Workshop. Remember the children's television workshop, Sesame Street? Well, it's the same sort of thing. The Plastic General Workshop. And I'm going to be making my cardboard crazy props. I'm going to show you how I make the weapons, the life-size weapons out of wood. And I'm going to show you how I do the conversions of my figures. Look for it in the new year. Let's do 3 more figures. So we have it's a very, very defensive set. Most of the guys are kneeling, and they're in waiting. So this figure here is kneeling, firing a Panzer Schreck. This is a commander firing a Mauser. No, sorry, a Luger. And this figure here is holding on to his Schmeiser and firing a grenade. And they're wearing various forms of camouflage, whether it be like green sort of camo like I'm wearing, or winter camouflage. Nice mix. And finally, The last two figures I think are super cool. This guy is kneeling, firing a STG-44 off of his knee, and this figure's my favorite one. He's wearing the reversible camo jacket with a hat, just like me, right? And he's holding on to a Panzerfaust, and he's holding on to his rifle, and they're in waiting. They're probably waiting to destroy one of those Canadian tanks. And who knows, maybe they will. So check out this gaggle of amazing late war German infantry wearing all kinds of camouflage jackets and reversible winter white camouflage coats. They're made by Toy Soldiers of San Diego. They're 132/130th scale, and they're awesome. And they're still available forever, and get them and paint them up and convert the hell out of them. And if we're talking late war, nothing says late war like the legendary, mythical King Tiger tank. This is a 70-ton super tank with an 80-millimeter gun, and it's done by Forces of Valor, and it's in 132 scale. Comes with the tank commander. And they did so many different releases of it with so many different paint jobs. And look at this beast. I'm going to give you a little tour around this monster here. So it's got the 88-millimeter gun with the muzzle brake, so that it suppresses the flash or something. I forget what it does. Don't ask me. What do I know? It's got two hatches. So this hatch would have been for the this hatch would be for the gunner if they got hit or the tank got disabled. This is the cupola for the commander, and those are all the little visors, the little view visors there. This little thing back here is for whenever they want to get rid of a used cartridge. Like if, let's say, they fired some ammunition, they have the empty cartridge, they throw it out of here and it just rolls off because it's full of smoke. These are spare tank treads in case one of the tank treads blow up. They can replace one here, place it. Back here is the engine hatch, so they could get access to the engine. These are some vents here for engine cooling. These are the little exhausts. The muffler pipe. What else? Is anything interesting back here? Oh, there's a little, there's a jack, so they can jack the thing up and do some repairs underneath. This is, here's another hatch here for loading in ammunition. Oh, it's also an escape hatch for the ammunition guy. You have a guy loading the ammunition, you have a guy operating the gun, you have the commander. And then here, this guy is the radio operator, and he also operates the machine gun here. There's a ball mount machine gun up front here, and there's the light. And then this guy, there's the driver's hatch. And so that's the King Tiger tank. Look at that beast. It's a beast. And look how tall it is. You just don't realize it. But that is gigantic. That's like 12 feet tall. My ceilings aren't even 12 feet tall. That gun, look at that gun. It's like 6, 12, let's say
18.
Let's say 16 minus a foot. Yeah, let's say maybe 16 and a half to 17 feet long. I mean, maybe let's just say this guy is 6 feet tall. Anyways, this is the King Tiger by Forces of Valor in 132 scale. Very dangerous. You need it. Pow. me! Christian from the Plastic General! Denso told me to contact you! He says that you'd have dinner for me! I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it! Merry Christmas! Hey, I told you everything would work out. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. If you like the Plastic General and want to see more, please hit the subscribe button and also hit that little bell so you can be notified of any future episode. And if you have if you spot any historical inaccuracies, but you won't because everything that we have here is authentic. Write them down if you have any comments. Special shout out to today's sponsors, Denso at PR Plus, also 3D Printer Chick on eBay, and of course, Rick's World of Toys on Facebook. Also, if you want to help support the show by giving some money to the Plastic General on our PayPal account, we always welcome a small pledge so that we can continue buying authentic World War II weapons that have not been discharged or decommissioned. This thing really fires. So I guess we'll see you next time. My name is Christian Aldo, and I'm the Plastic General. Hey, get back in line.